Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the third episode of This or That. This is becoming a recurring trend. It's a worrying trend, and it's a trend that features myself, Cradden, and Trolulu/Ruben. What do you want to be called today?
I'm happy to be called Ruben, Barbara, whatever you like, man. I'm more than happy with that.
We take those. So this is This or That, where we're going to have two options. We pick one of the two, justify them, and probably flame people. So this should be good.
Alright. Which of these are you thinking is better, Cradden? Would you rather Volibear's free Ohmwrecker or Zilean's free GA?
I totally thought it was like you would be playing this champion and then you had the item on top. And then I realized what Zilean actually does with my massive game knowledge of League of Legends.
Yeah.
So, Volibear and Zilean, they're lore opponents. I think the free Ohmwrecker is part of the new Volibear rework. It's cool. It's one of several tanks that when you're late enough in the game, you can dive towers anyway. However, in Zilean free Guardian Angel Chrono Shift mode, there's nothing better than a frame perfect Zilean ult. As a Zilean sort of main myself, there is no contest. It's gotta be the Zilster. Are you going the same way or the other one?
Absolutely no fucking way. How I've longed for this Ohmwrecker item to come back. They smashed out Raptor Cloak, one of my favorite items in the game. Zoom in faster when you're near turrets. Got rid of ZZ Rot and Ohmwrecker.
Banner of Command as well.
Exactly. Well, it was a sad day for a Galio main like myself, as I was at the time. So you can't bring Ohmwrecker back in the form of Volibear. You know, just give. Okay, let me put it this way. As Zilean, you're given a free GA. GA is already in the game. What's not in the game anymore? Ohmwrecker. I want that Ohmwrecker feel. An item that I don't think I ever purchased once in League of Legends because it's so absolutely useless. But I want it now. Now that it's gone, I want it. Give me that Volibear for Ohmwrecker.
Yeah, forbidden fruit aspect. So one apiece there. Ruben going for the volley. I'm sticking by my buddy Zilster.
You would as a Zilean, mate. Right. On to the next one. Who has the better legacy? 7DS2 or 7DS1? Because I'm pretty sure WSL is what 7DS rebranded to. If I'm not mistaken.
I think so as well. Like, probably the crossing point was when they had Endeavor on the team, but
yeah,
that isn't one just the continuation of the other. I would say WSL, because they've been in other leagues more than 7DS, probably has the advantage. Like, they did a bit of Rivals. They didn't have the best results, but showing up in multiple leagues is the way to go. And it depends what kind of legacy, if I'm honest, because in terms of success, WSL, I probably associate WSL more with success. When it comes to toxicity, yeah, WSL have it hands down as well. So 7DS, bit of the good, bit of the bad.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what to answer on this. I never had any involvement. Well, actually, it doesn't really matter if I had any involvement. It's about the legacy. All I know about 7DS is I tried out for ADC and they turned me down for clutch AD. Can you imagine? I can't believe it. So I can't
possibly. It would be like turning Endeavor down for jungle. It just doesn't happen.
Exactly. So, I can't like 7DS. I have absolutely no involvement with WSL. So as a 7DS hater, I just have to say more of a fan of WSL's legacy. And I think they're still. No, they're not even still around, are they? Do they still play? No.
No, they had red and green last split. Annoyingly, they beat us both NSK teams in playoffs.
Yeah.
And then both of the teams went boom. So 2 wards cleared. That's some vision score.
I'm gonna change my mind on this. Actually, I think when you think about like who's the most successful team in VL, like 7DS is something that pops up in my mind. So I'm probably just gonna give it to them, just because ward saves lives is not a mind. What's it called? A name that pops into my head instantly. But 7DS is just known for slapping everyone about.
With the Queen continuation as well, I wonder how much Plague will be thinking of renaming to like 8 Deadly Sins or something. We'll
Well,
find out after the split, I'm sure.
we have been talking a lot about a rebrand. He does not shut up about rebranding. So
He's got logos coming out of every orifice right
I
now.
want to make logos. Let's think of 30 rebrand ideas. Slightly off topic. Anyway, on to the next one. We smoothly transition into the better beard, Ice or Silverback.
Probably the kicker is that I can't tell how much Photoshop has been applied to either. But I'm loving the lumberjack theme, and with the pub quiz coming up next Friday, I think that's totally a costume they should both get themselves on in. They both look pretty majestic, to be honest. It's the full long beard goes around the side.
Yeah.
I don't know what my beard tiebreaker is in this scenario. I've never been put in such a beard pageant position before. I think for the aspect of the lumberjack, Silverback being a bit more ginger pulls it off better. But that's the only thing I can separate. They're so close.
All right, let me break it down for you, okay?
Let's do it.
Silverback, he uses to look more manly. You know, he's big beefy boy. He's gonna break you in. But I think I've never seen a picture of Silverback where I'm like, wow, I'm intimidated by this guy. Whereas Ice, he uses his in a different way. He's got the glasses combo as well. He uses it to look intelligent, and it works. Every time I've seen him on a podcast, before he makes a point, he has a couple strokes of the beard. It adds like 30 IQ. I'm gonna have to go with Ice just because of how it adds.
Intimidation, the intelligence. Yeah. I like it.
All right, moving swiftly along, we have Braum viability, blind pickable, or counter pick only.
Okay, this is good. Like, it's actually a question about support matchups. So naturally, I, as a support main, will be able to offer nothing due to not having hands and not having an idea on matchups. I think you can blind pick it. Like, there's no way it should be a counter pick only. That's too restrictive. It's kind of good as a counter pick. You want to sort of get all of the carries together, hit them with a Glacial Fissure, or sort of stack with an ADC that you like Lucian, that can trigger your passive easily. I certainly think you can blind pick it. In terms of exploiting Braum, getting poke on is okay. Yeah, I don't see why you can't blind pick it, and I think that's the root of this question.
All right, Kraden, I'm once again gonna absolutely destroy your point. I think Braum is a terrible champion in general. That's just my opinion, but I'm gonna say if someone blind picks Braum and you lose that game, you should disband. You could literally, unless the only time you'd blind pick Braum is if you absolutely disrespect the enemies, because you're just like, okay, pick your worst, and we'll just lose this game, whatever. I don't care. Even as a counter pick, I mean, it can be okay, but I just think there's usually better options than Braum. Like, I don't know, if you're doing it for like Ornn or something, you can just pick Thresh or some shit. I don't know. You just pick anything, absolutely anything else, or you can even Leona. And if you want to stop the what's this called, the Ornn ulti, you just ulti Ornn. Just call it.
Yeah, just keep him stunned. I do love the meme quality of when the Call of the Forge God comes in. Everyone's hyped, everyone's listening in. You hear that, and then suddenly Braum goes, "Wait, I've got a door, bitch!" And then. Yeah, it's great when that happens. It's nice as a counter pick, but so many other champions can do that. I can see Braum, like, I haven't seen him be tier S for a while. He hasn't got the solo queue win rate, but he certainly can synergize. I can see him.
Yeah, I'm just not a fan of this champion, to be honest. Maybe it's because I've seen Kui on it too many times. I don't know.
Something about Morg.
Yeah, something. Kui on Braum.
Yeah, all I'm saying is he reads people's movement pathing on Morgana a lot better than he reads standings on a spreadsheet.
I like that. All right. Next one, let's go. What is sexier? Kraden and Titcher, or Kui and sparkly dress?
I can't even. I'm lost for words right now.
I'm sorry to say this, Kraden, but I have to give it to Kui. It's the look in his eyes, in this picture in particular. You know he's absolutely zoned out. He's put on this dress, and he's just, yeah, I'm happy with this. I don't think I could do it to someone who wears a Caitlyn hat, as I'm not a fan of Caitlyn. But the hentai shirt, I'm a fan of. So
Yeah, shout to Rani, by the way, because when I was on Hentai Haven, she got several members of her team that shirt. That's a bit unrealistic on screen because not only is the shirt white, it's also much, much smaller. So think like Quee's size, but then 4 sizes smaller than that. And Quee's quite a slender man himself without the jump scares. So really the answer is it depends what you're into. But if you're into my Caitlyn hat and tit shirt over Quee's dress, then yikes, Summoner. That's Quee, hands down.
I'm not a fan of looking at these pictures anymore. So I think I want to move on.
It's nightmare fuel of the highest quality.
Okay. More hype Wait, sorry, I can't even read. More hype matchup for Plague versus CNT game. Is it the jungle and mid? Or is it the bot lane?
Okay, so let's refresh and it'll help everyone understand who the players are. So Plague, the jungle is Lordio, the mid is yourself, Ruben, and you've got Quee and Last in the bot lane.
Yeah.
What have we got for Centurion? Is that Kiz?
Kiz and
is it Pyrotom? Yeah.
Yeah, and the bot lane is Bramsh and Wells.
I love that American dress coming in hard.
Brilliant.
Yeah, like in terms of hype matchup, I can see you just playing the least mechanically intensive champ in the mid lane, like Garen, and just like waiting for support to do something. Like you've said, the support should gank your lane a lot. Lordio certainly went bot lane a lot more when we played against you. So as much as I can see you and Lordio having a good time, it'll be later on when you do team fights. The jungle's going to be bot.
Yeah, I think I couldn't think of a more resident sleeper matchup than the jungle mid matchup, because every time I've played against Kiz, I've either entered or done nothing. So it's not that hype, you know. I'm not flashing forwards at 2 minutes. It's he runs it down or I run it. He walks into 3 Zoe Qs somehow before minions spawn, gives me random 400 gold. Not that hype. And I don't know, bot lane will probably be a bit more hype, you know. I'll be honest, I just came off of some GeoQ with Quee. I taught him the tricks of the trade. I'm gonna hype it up right now. CNT bot lane, prepare to go 0 and 10.
Are there any hints as to what trade you've taught the man? How to wear a dress?
There is nothing more that can be taught to Quee about how to wear a dress. But how to absolutely dominate. I mean, we lost both of the solo queue games we played together, but I'll just say jungle diff and say that Quee and Last, they're gonna slap. Me and Lordio, we're gonna argue all game. I'm gonna rage quit halfway through, and then bot lane's gonna just win, regardless of whether I'm connected. That's my prediction. That's the hype matchup.
And to be honest, judging by how Division 1's gone so far, Paradox have shown up pretty well, but they were beaten by Centurion, if I remember correctly, 2-0. So Plague and Centurion are the remaining unbeaten teams. They've smashed everyone so far. This is, at the moment, the game for Division 1, so regardless of lane, it should be brilliant when we watch it on Thursday.
Which will be... this is out Thursday, so yeah. Prepare for it, guys. Watch us now. Watch CNT lose for the first time.
And just in case you think that League of Legends is not a scripted game and that VL doesn't have writers, the first Drake in Game 1 is an Ocean Drake. You're welcome.
Thank you, Cradden, for these leaks. All right, let's head on up to the next slide. Who looks more their age, Boomer Trelulu or Weeaboo Copyright Fire?
How much of that is headset and how much is his hair? Like,
that's a good point. I'll be honest. All right, I'll tell you what as well is this picture, right? I think I was 17 or 18 when this picture was taken as well. And what it was, I think 4 days before this was taken, a policeman in Serbia said, "I thought you were 25 when he saw me, and I was fucking 18."
So
Yeah.
yeah, it's only a matter of time before you get just let onto a bus without a ticket for free. Like, let's be honest, people who are watching this, you're seeing on the screen 21 and 20. How much do you believe that, or how much do you believe those numbers have been made up for the stream? At this point, I'm not even sure, and I race with Pyro every weekend.
You know what? As well, last I was in a call, and I said to last I was 21, or I said to just the people in Plague I was 21, and last he thought I was trolling. He DM'd me, he said, "Are you really 21?" And I had to get him out my year 10 Spanish award, and it says like year 10 2013 or something like that, to show him that I'm actually 21, because he just would not believe me that I wasn't 30. So, but
Yeah.
then again, I would have thought Copy Row Fire is actually 14. When I see Copy, I'm gonna try and get away from insulting myself for a quick sec, and say it's very hard. We're not blessed with the best genetics. Well, I guess Copy in a few years will still look youthful. I guess that's the upside.
Yeah, the man just doesn't age. Like, by the way, I love the particular placement of the. I think it's is that Prince Adam or He-Man? Like,
Man, I assume, yeah.
Yeah, I love the placement of Prince Adam behind Pyro in the most in the most uwu of positions. So I'm just gonna first of all I'm gonna point that one out. And yeah, Pyro, like he looks so youthful on camera. There was like a post in memes where he was playing like an anime dating simulator. Yeah, I'm gonna call him out for that one. And he was one of the girls on the simulator revealed that they were 16. And if that had been anyone else in the league, everyone would have gone full FBI alarm mode on them. Not Pyro, because everyone thinks he's about 12 or
yeah, true.
Like, I think that 20 is made up right now. I still think he's 15, and I'm gonna need to see some Spanish award from him to see if, to tell whether that age is real. Like, I think you look more your age, Ruben. I would have put I would have put you about 24, 25 off what you look like now. I'd have put you maybe 22 off what you'd have looked like then. But you at least look more your age than Pyro, who has gone for a nice swim in the fountain of youth.
All right, I'll agree with you, because I don't want to be flamed. So
yeah, tell us what you think in Twitch chat when this goes live, by the way.
Yeah. All right, moving on. The more deserved ban.
Ooh,
TDX Dewey or TENT Tent.
He's mofoing TENT, as the song goes. Yeah, I like how this is just a reflection and they couldn't just put the same picture twice, so they've just reversed the ban hammer. But yeah, so let's have a look at each one. So Dewey was the quintessential Smurf before Ruben came on the scene, and he was calling everything from the jungle. I did a scrim with him last weekend. He plays high mechanics, but he also calls the whole team at the same time. He does what I try to do from support, but on a much better level and actually with hands. However, the ban was for sandbagging, because he was only Silver 1 at the time that the ban went in. And let me tell you, he's at least Plat, maybe Diamond level, and was then. Yeah, Tent, on the other hand, for anyone who doesn't know, a Stanley refers to a Stanley knife, and he says he was going to take his friend Stanley to visit someone's house. So yeah, that's the threat we're going with here. Which is worse? It's a tough one.
I don't know, because I'll say it's such a hard question, because I like Joey, right? And the whole sandbag, like dodging games to get a lower rank or whatever, like, yes, but then there's also the people who, like, everyone in spring 2019 was like Silver 1, 2, 0. I think, yeah, I can be called a sandbagger, but I think I was the only person to climb to Plat to get out. Well, it was to get out of playing in CNT basically because I was very tilted playing with Nightmare Thor. But but everyone sandbagged at that time. It's just because it was all deliberate. I can't say like Joey did it deliberately, and other people didn't finish their silver promos on accident. But I just think Tense is so undeserved that I would have to say that Tense. Oh wait, no, yeah. So I'd have to say that Joey's is more deserved, even though I don't really agree with either of them.
Yeah, like when you look at, if you want to see just the ban of sandbagging or death threats, then fair play, they're quite big offences. But there's controversial parts to each one, because Joey, I talked to him on Sunday, and he said that not only was the league very much a sandbagger's paradise, the whole league was effectively doing it, and he was made an example of. I'm not going to reveal names, but he implicated several people who have grown quite high in the Valance League organization, who were actively encouraging him to sandbag or dodge those games. So, but let's just say a couple of those people are still quite high in the VL organization, so there's a bit of denial involved on that one. But then on the other side, its intense ban was for talking in the Trash Talk server, which was touted as a place where you can say anything you like initially. And then the person he was threatening, it should be unacceptable to threaten anyone, but it was someone who the community has a bit of a distaste for. So there's a lot of incidental factors on both sides. I think the Dewey one was more deserved, but I think there's a yikes when you start to look at the facts on either side.
Yeah, I don't want to go too long. I don't want to make this too long, so I won't go into my complete thoughts on everything. Otherwise, this would be 3 hours long. But yeah, but let's just leave it at what we have.
We've got the next Let It Rip episode lined up already. Okay, so for there, I think that's our last slide for This or That This Week, episode 3. We're going to stop it there. Thank you for watching. And I've been Cradden, I've had Ruben or Tralulu with me. And depending on which stream you're watching this live on now, we're hopefully going to show you either the Division 1 hype matchup, Centurion versus Plague, or Claytrons versus Deja Vu from Division 2 here for you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good night.